That was great.
It was fun.
Thanks, Jen.
I'm happy I was available.
Yeah, me too. So good to have you back.
How ironic that the next show we have is a hockey guy who
Yeah,
does
I
the
heard
hockey
that. I was like,
podcast.
yes, there's a hockey thing. I'm so
Do you
excited.
know Eck by any chance?
No, I don't. But like hockey, we're okay with each other.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think he's in Philly. If I always get this wrong for some reason. But yeah, he's been doing Hockey Buzz for years. If you haven't checked it out, it's worth a look.
Let's see.
Hey, Roger, did that picture not come up for you of the fridge?
It did not. I just saw your face.
Oh, I just clicked on the link and it came up. Here, I'll
Did
show
it
it.
came up for you, but did it show to everyone? It might have shown up on your screen, but I don't think it showed up on.
There. How's that? Now you can
Ah,
see it.
now I see it.
Oh, nice.
So there you go. There's the fridge. Play it away in Lake Charles.
Who would have thought, Tom, 15 years ago, my face will be talking on a fridge.
That's
Uh,
amazing.
all right,
All right.
titles.
Yes, titles. What do we got?
We got esports ball. We got TL:DR. Got Windows
Wait, is
10,
esports ball winning because it was the first one suggested? That's hilarious.
probably. Trending is not news. Toy Uberota, like Toyota.
Uberoyota?
Uberota. Twitching over E-League.
Hmm.
Mom says stay inside and play sports. Um, brevity
Brevity
is
is
no longer the soul of Twitter. Pebble, hero of the core. Kickstart the Pebble discounts. Let me see.
E are the champions.
Ah, wait. Oh, there's also E will rock you.
Ah, wow,
I
we got
like
a lot today.
esports,
Daily
esports,
Canadian Tech News.
esports.
I love TLDR got Windows 10.
It's kind of exactly what happens.
It's a perfect summary.
Yeah.
Gee.
I don't know. There's a few good ones in there. Do you
Let's
guys have a favorite?
see. Where's the other one? We are the champion. No.
E will
For
rock
Uber, we're
you.
going to see a lot
You will
everywhere.
run. You are the champions. I'm not sure if that would come across like. I mean, I like it. I'm just wondering if people would get it.
E are the champions.
Yeah.
So perhaps to Shane for the suggestion, at the very least.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, why are you twitchy? It's just E-League. Oh, ESPN, but it says Electronic Sports Player Network
Ah,
from Big Jim.
Well, they did
If-
broadcast, what was it?
they
Heroes of
did
the Dorm.
Heroes, right? Yeah,
I'll vote for that. Also, Big Jim, when I see your name, I think of a Slim Jim.
yeah. Makes him
Me
hungry.
too.
Do they sell those up your way? I always thought they
Yep.
were.
That was the one that Ultimate Warrior did the commercials for way back in the day, right? That happened to a Slim Jim.
Yeah. Wait, wasn't it Macho Man, Randy Savage? Well, I remember Macho Man doing it here.
It might have been both. I don't. It could have been
Snap into
either.
a Slim Jim.
Snap into a Slim Jim.
Fake beef jerky. It's the best.
There is even some beef in them, I hear.
You know, sometimes I have a fear that they'll mix in the dog chew toys with the Slim Jim, and you won't know what's what.
All right, Roger. Well, I don't know if you were using your powers wisely, but you have picked the title. It's Electronic Sports Player Network.
Yay! ESPN.
Do you have ESPN? No, I can't read minds. Don't encourage.
ESP. It's just like magic, except that it's sort of sciency.
It's just like magic, except sciencey. Yeah, that's what makes Ghostbusters so amazing.
Well, that's the whole thing. That's the big trope of science fiction is like, well, you can't have magic, so we'll give a fancy term for what essentially is magic.
Is it science fiction or fictional science?
They used to refer to it as science fantasy. Like
Right.
Star Wars was
Yeah.
uh, trapped or not trapped, designated science fantasy, while 2001 by Isaac Asimov was considered science
Yeah,
fiction.
what we call hard sci-fi these days, a lot of people really tried to defend the word science fiction to just be about like actual fiction based on real science.
But then there's too many fantastical elements that get thrown in.
See, when I say I write sci-fi, I don't really write a lot of science. I try to base it on science, but I don't get hard sci-fi.
You write stories about the human condition, Tom.
Is that what I do?
Isn't that like 90%? Like, isn't that like I really write stories about people? It's like, yeah, of course you do. No one's gonna read a book
My
about
stories are character driven. Yeah.
I'm writing a story about a factory that builds cars by
They're
itself.
about relationships.
They're about drama and tension. It's like,
Yeah.
well, yeah, if you don't have those, then
Conflict.
the worst shows, the worst books.
Shane says I like hard space opera.
Hard space opera.
That's what
that
I
be?
want to write. I want to write hard space opera.
I'm trying to think of a space opera.
Well, okay, so space opera is sometimes what you call like a Star Wars, right? You say like, oh, well, it's not really hard sci-fi. It's space opera. It's just having a fun story, but it's in space. And that I don't know if they would take offense to this, and I hope they wouldn't, but Leviathan Wakes and the Expanse series is hard space opera. Like, they get the science right, but they don't go deep into it. They don't go into long explanations of it.
And I think that's one of those things that I think trips up a lot of writers is that like, oh, it's science fiction. I really gotta explain out everything. It's like, no, you just gotta explain it enough that it makes sense.
You don't have to like hard sci-fi justifies everything. Like the reason we're doing this is because this has turned out to be true. And sometimes it's speculation about what will be true. Like Kim Stanley Robinson, I think, does great hard sci-fi because he doesn't get too lost in the details, but he justifies all of the technology that exists. I learn a lot reading those books.
Who's the other? Do you think William Gibson considered, or do you see that kind of?
I always think of him as cyberpunk, but I guess in the computer world he's hard sci-fi because he is trying to get stuff right.
Yeah. Dune. Someone brought up Dune. I love Dune. Although I've only read the first book.
Hard space opera, Dune.
I've always been meaning to read all the other ones, but I kind of know how they end, so I'm not sure if I want to spend the time. I mean, conceptually it's a great book, and I really like all the analogies and metaphors that he makes without being so blatant about it in it.
Well, if your kid gets into it one day, you can read the series with her.
There you go.
Ooh, I'll read it. It'll be the chapter before bedtime, or I guess the 3 pages of the next chapter. Suspensor light. Where are those? If you imagine something that can float and also has light, that's basically a floating lamp. Nice. So why do they want to go to a desert planet? There's no water. Well, there's a big backstory behind it, but you'll have to read 2 more books. I can't fully appreciate it. And this whole thing about religion and kind of, I don't know, he's not really a demigogue. He's more of a, what do you call it? Not a prophet. What do you call it? What do you call the guy that runs, or person that runs like a cult?
Cult leader?
No, but I mean, isn't there like a little more grandiloquent term for them?
I don't think Frank. Are you saying Frank Herbert is a cult leader?
No, the character. You know, later.
Paul Atreides.
Yes. Like, what do you call him? You know, he's a Messiah character, but I don't.
Yeah, he's messianic.
But there's a different term because it's not something.
No, I know what you mean now. Yeah, there is a term for that, and I'm blanking on it.
So when do you fly out? You fly out tomorrow?
No, I actually fly out Friday morning, but I have so much stuff to get done before I go because I won't be able to contribute or edit or do anything.
So you have to do it before.
Yeah, and Thursday night I have hockey too. So my time just keeps getting shorter.
Well, at least you're down to 1 league, right? Instead of playing
Down
the double.
Well, technically this is for a 2nd league, but I'm just filling in. I don't actually play in more than 1 league anymore.
Yeah, it's just
So much time on the ice, and most of my life on the ice.
It's like they should pay. It's so funny because it's all like you guys are all chipping in for the fees, Just seems like a job in many ways. I mean, it sounds like it's fun, but
Well, that's why I'm only paying for one. Now, as a ringer for other teams, they call me and they cover the fees.
oh, this new girl, I don't know who she is. I don't know if she can play hockey very well. Boom.
Is that what you refer to yourself as, a ringer?
In this particular case, I used to play for this team before, but
Okay.
yeah, for tournament weekends, I get a lot of calls saying, "Hey, we're in this division. Come and beat up everybody for us." Which I
That's
don't do
amazing.
anymore because I started to feel way too bad about it because it just became a competition of who can call the best ringer,
Oh
and
yeah, no, it's
nobody
like
learns
straight out of
anything.
slapstick, right?
Yeah,
It's
so
amazing.
so I don't do that anymore.
That's so funny. I didn't realize that was a real thing that happened.
All of the time. Like the one league that I am playing in, it's phenomenal. It's also really cheap, and it's where all of the CIS, NCAA, and other high-level people come to play in for the summer when they're home, and they don't want to get hurt because they've all got scholarships to protect. So it's just really good, clean, fast hockey.
Wow.
That's my favorite league all year is my summer
So no
league.
checking.
No, you will still hit each other, but it's not going to be a cheap
Clean
shot from
checking.
behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with checking.
hmm
Eh?
Hockey is
I'm
a
just
Fair
wondering.
contact
game.
Just
sport.
wondering. I know. I'm just when you say people want to protect themselves, I'm just thinking it's like, hey, you know.
Well, if I had to guess, Jen, it would be they don't want to play with people who are either out of control or don't know what they're doing, right? Because
Yes.
that's where you are more likely to get injured.
Yeah, because somebody who doesn't have the experience will be very unpredictable, which is it can be unsafe depending on because you don't know how they're going to attack you. You don't know if they know how to hit the boards properly. There's a lot of things you got to worry about.
Makes sense. All right. Well, we are good. The show is up. Everything is awesome. We'll let Jen get back to modding her stick and packing
Yes,
for Chicago.
I have to do that literally next.
And we'll see the rest of us, Joe, Roger, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
Bye.